We have been the East Pointers for 10.5 years.
That's right.
I'd say, because in the summer of 2014 is whenever we started the band.
So we've been friends a long time, and Tim and our third member, Cody, are first cousins. And we used to just cross paths in the Canadian scene, and we always just joked about starting a band. "Oh, someday we're going to start a band and tour the world." And we just had some time off, and our bandmate Cody was in a bit of a rough place and needed something to focus on. So we put together a little EP, and
with like zero expectation, really,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, just to like play some pubs and stuff. And then actually shortly after that was we had an opportunity to come to Australia. And then that like blew our minds. We were like, oh my God, maybe we should actually keep this band going and keep going back to Australia every year. We had done like the Woodford Folk Festival and in like 2014, I guess, that 2014, 2015 year. And then we came back to Port Fairy the year after that. And so yeah, the rest is history, I guess.
yeah.
Well, I can speak for myself that I grew up like definitely surrounded by traditional fiddle music. Basically all my dad listened to was like fiddle music, and as an 8th generation fiddle player, it was like, okay, all of my kids are going to be fiddle players. So basically all me and my 6 siblings play fiddle and other instruments, but I'm the youngest of 6, so I had lots of older brothers that were like, I think they rebelled a bit, and they had drum sets and electric guitars and were into like Metallica, Green Day, everything from like the mid to early 90s stuff. And then I was listening to also like what was on like pop radio as well all the time. So yeah, it was like a mixture of everything for me. What about you, Jake?
Yeah, pretty similar actually. I think that's why we hit it off. We had a similar childhood around all the fiddle tunes at home. But my first CD that I ever bought with my own money was Chumbawamba. And just was listening to anything that was on like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater back then, and Big Shiny Tunes. That was my my jam.
And Big Shiny Tunes is like a very Canadian like mixtape that came out from like the Much Music, which is like maybe equivalent to like somewhat of a Triple J thing here. But and it just had like all the hits on it. A lot of, and I think they had to fulfill a certain amount of like Canadian content too.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
There was a lot of Canadian bands on it. I think so. I think like just, and also there was a lot of country music at home too, like a lot of like singers and bluegrass and stuff. So, and I think like with a mixture of like even some like crossover artists like Alison Krauss, who was like a bluegrass singer but had like a lot of like really pretty like poppy melodies. I think there's like a total mix. And then I feel like as I got older and started writing songs, like there was so many, like even like John Mayer and like Avril Lavigne and all those bands that kind of came out whenever we were in high school. And there's like just tons of music. I think everybody can, you just like suck it all in from different areas.
Yeah, and Nickel Creek was a band that we were both into, and doing like kind of pop music with acoustic instruments was something we loved. And I think some of that older, like the 90s music's getting into our music these days more than it did in the earlier stage of the band. It's coming back in.
Yeah, and I think at our shows we just want people to like we have written a lot of like slow-ish, like more introspective, like songwritery songs, but but everyone has so much fun dancing that we like try to like replicate that from our tunes to our songwriting as well. So just want everyone to have a good time.
It's great to be back here, and sort of the memories are coming back in. That 2020 year is a bit of a weird one because we Tim and I had young children at that point, and COVID was kind of around the corner, so it's all a bit of a blur from that year. But
I do remember the last night we played here.
Yes,
in 2020, and Emma Watkins was here, and Emma's a lot of people in Australia know Emma, obviously. And I remember she hopped up on stage with us, and she does sign language for our song Wintergreen. She did like a music video, and she's also an Irish dancer too. So it was like, I remember like it was like kind of an epic show. I don't know. I just remember the crowd was like on fire. It was so fun. It was kind of like last night too. Like last night was a lot of fun. Like everybody was, it's a great crowd.
Really great. Yeah, it's been nice to chat with some of the people who were here, like when we were here 8 years ago or whenever that was. Even some of the, they still seem like kids, and they must have been very small when they first saw us. So it's been nice to...
I know, then you start feeling a little old.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll show you a picture and you're like, oh my God, you were like 5 years old in this picture, and then now you're like 16 or whatever. But yeah, we had a lot of really nice chats with people last night from over the years, and like moments for them that were special, and also with Cody, who's no longer with us, and like a lot of people who Cody impacted as well. It was a lot of nice chats last night. Yeah, lots of great people around.
Would you tell other artists to come here?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
the festival is so well run. It's very, very impressive. Like we run a festival, and I also am involved with a very like traditional Celtic festival at home, and it's as both non-for-profits as well. And it's it's a lot of work, and like to see the scale of this festival and like the massive tents and like everything is like so clean and tidy, and like it's impressive, very impressive.
Oh, God. Hopefully we're telling them to keep doing music, but we'll find out. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, keep following your dreams.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty amazing that we're playing music on the other side of the world in a beautiful place, and I think I definitely didn't expect to be doing that as a younger kid. Very grateful for that.
Just keep being a little naive and do what you want to do. Yeah, and I think I feel very grateful and lucky that we've created, and we both have families and little kids, and we take them actually in a lot of places. We couldn't take them to Australia this time; they've been before, but just to be able to kind of have these experiences as together on the road with our band, and then also with our families is pretty amazing. We're pretty grateful for that. My grandfather started a fiddle festival. It was like 40. It's going to be 49 years this year, and that was very similar to Port Fairy in the way that like all of the proceeds went towards paying a fiddle teacher so that anybody could teach for free, learn for free. And so with that festival, kind of was like we run it for the last 10 years, and then shortly after that, we were like, well, it'd be cool to have like a not so fiddle focused festival and it'd be more eclectic. And I think playing festivals like Port Fairy and Woodford and many other festivals around the world kind of inspired us to like take that like eclectic kind of everyone feeling like they're included and just like tons of different genres. It was like the spin-off for our festival, which is called Gula
Yeah, definitely the Australian festivals are why
massive.
we started Gula
Massive influence.
We wanted to take a bit of this vibe back to Eastern Prince Edward Island, Canada.
There's a special vibe for like in Aussie festivals that you don't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weather.
The weather.
We can't take that home.
And just like such an outdoor like vibe. Everyone's just like,
it's
loves
great.
to dance. Doesn't matter what you look like when you're dancing. Like everyone has a good time. Yeah, that's right. So we definitely take a lot of that spirit back home, I think.
We are the East Pointers, and we
love Port Fairy.